deal with airplane peanuts.
I have a sister, and she is 10 years younger than me, and apparently was raised by her best friends. She has no fear of them. I mean, I'm scared my dad's gonna show up tonight.
Last week, Nate Bargatze came out with a brand new comedy special on Prime Video titled Hello World. This is special number 5 for Nate Bargatze and the first one to be released not on Netflix. According to their description, Nate delivers his family-friendly take on a variety of topics, including disadvantages of being the firstborn, the challenges of playing golf with your wife, and what happens when a bald eagle touches your head. After watching Hello World myself last week, I asked 183,000 comedy fans for their thoughts on the new special. The top comment comes from Mike B, who said, "Being older now and having been in marriage for longer than I can remember with kids, it was funny and relatable for me. I enjoyed the hell out of it."
I miss being young. Your 20s are great. You're down for whatever. Your friends call you. They're like, "Do you want to go?" You're like, "I'll go." You don't even know where you're going. Your 30s come and you're like, "Where are we going? How late are they open? Is it loud? I am going to drive separate."
Now, technically, there's still some Nate Bargatze fans that haven't even got the chance to watch Hello World yet due to some sort of streaming issue with Amazon Prime Video. Jim said, "Prime Video doesn't even show me this in Australia." Victor said, "Still waiting here in Canada." And another fan commented, "It's not available in Canada. I wish I could support him." Nate Bargatze posted this image on Instagram on Tuesday with the caption reading, "Apologies again to everyone trying to watch Hello World outside the US and UK, but it'll be available worldwide on February 17th, so please hang tight. Thank you for your patience."
The house I was born into, my parents were 23 when I was born, and they rented a home. And then I just talked to them about this, and they said the front door of their home was a sliding glass door. And I was like, that doesn't make sense. Like, how do you even lock it? You can only lock those with a pole. So how do you lock it and then, And I asked them what I'm sure you are thinking. I was like, "Are you sure you did not live in this home backwards?"
As many of you already know, all of Nate Bargatze's specials have been clean comedy, meaning there's no swearing, no dirty premises throughout the entire show, which our audience was honestly pretty split on. Some people really liked it, and some people did not. Josh said, "Clean comedy is not my favorite, but it's good. Solid work, Nate. God knows there's some comedians out there that are dirty and about as funny as a cancer diagnosis." Nolan O'Reilly said, "I never cared for clean comedy because it always felt like people are holding something back. What I love about Nate is that his stuff is so original that doesn't feel clean. I'm never thinking a joke could have been more funny with profanity. He has the ability to make such smart and original takes while still convincing the audience that he's dumb, which I think is brilliant. I consider him at the top tier of comedy right now for this." And another fan said, "Very impressed with the cleanliness of his set. Clearly a lot of love and care went into his writing process. Watched it while on edibles and I loved it. Watched it again while sober and it didn't diminish the second time. Highly recommend it, no pun intended." I definitely understand the people who don't usually watch clean comedy. Most of my favorite specials aren't clean, but with Nate Bargatze, it's like you don't even notice. It's like it's its own category. His delivery and observations are so funny. He's able to get the same amount of laughs as any other comedian without relying on that extreme material. It's also not like you're sitting there watching, thinking to yourself the whole time, "Damn it, I just wish this guy would swear already." That would be funny though if one day Nate came out completely unannounced and just did the filthiest set ever. Like he went full-blown Joey Diaz and starts talking about stinky pussy or something.
There's not a lot of people working clean. What was the mindset there?
I just was always going to work clean. I come from that. I'm from the South, Christian, like you grew up like that kind of way. Like I could only watch clean comics. Like it was just how I am. And so I just was never going to, it wasn't like a distinct, like I'm going to do it. It was just being who I was,
right,
and who I was going to be, and that kind of comedy is the comedy that I watched. So I just started that way, which helped because when you start that way, I write that way, like I think that way.
Right.
It's like I really had like dirty jokes that I wanted to do or could do. Me and Jay would talk about jokes, and we could do a joke about parking, and mine would, and we could talk about the same subject, but it would go completely two different.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Two different ways.
Yeah. A lot of people also seemed interested in how Nate Bargatze came up with the title for Hello World. Usually comedians will put a lot of effort into naming their specials because it sets a tone for the show and lets the audience know what they can expect. The last two specials Nate Bargatze came out with were titled The Tennessee Kid, and The Greatest Average American, which I feel like match the energy in those performances very well. For this latest one, Hello World, Nate said in multiple interviews that it's a nod to his favorite golfer, Tiger Woods, who he actually got to meet in the weeks leading up to taping the special.
He's like, all right, like.
Now, one of the hardest parts about releasing a stand-up comedy special is being left with no material afterwards, having to start from scratch. But that doesn't seem to be too big of a problem for Nate Bargatze, as he's already back on tour with a new hour of jokes and some ideas for more.
I'm trying to write new stuff now. I might have thought of two things this morning, which was nice. It's a nice start to the day where you're like, all right,
That's something there.
Do y'all know right away when something's going to be a good bit? Or how many of your bits are like, this could go either way? This could be 50-50. This might be bad. This might be good.
I think I think what I thought of this morning, I thought both were going to be good. Then I thought of it a little longer, and I was like, one I know will work. The other one I think I can make it work.
One's
but they all
take
fit.
Yeah.
But they both fit into. I wrote them down.
Were you waking up when you thought of them?
One, I'd have to. Like, I mean, I don't want to say it, but it's no, one's very funny and will work, and the other one is one of them's its own joke, and one is a thing that will go in with another joke.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Does it hit you like is it a just as a topic or as a whole thing that played out in your brain?
One's a topic. And then the other is just an add-on about. I talk about my wife being cheap because she filled that Fiji water and the thing that he talked about, and so it's just like a little add. Like I had something this morning that I was like, oh, I bet I can say this. Yeah. And then and that one that one's not gonna be its own kind of thing. That's gonna be just kind of a little add. So it's not like it's that much, but it makes the story or the thing I'm talking about more colorful.
That does it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and if this is your first time here, welcome to Joke World. This is a channel where we cover the ins and outs of the stand-up comedy world, basically like a sports center for all your favorite comedians. So if it is your first time here, please consider subscribing to Joke World right now to join the fastest growing community of comedy fans on the internet. If this is not your first time here, if you've been here before, if you're old here, thanks for coming back. I'm sorry you can't rejoin the group since you're already in it, but you could subscribe to our second channel, Clip World, if you want. If you want more comedy in your life, it's just a suggestion. You don't have to subscribe to Clip World. No one's forcing you to subscribe to Clip World. Look, no one's going to cry themselves to sleep tonight if you don't subscribe to Clip World. Seriously, I'm fine, guys.